I'm Josh Arthur, and I'm about to teach you 3 reasons why men don't want to go on dates.
But I already know why men don't want to go on dates. Because they wasn't raised how to treat a woman.
You stop watching. Everybody else, stay tuned. The fact that men don't want to go on dates is actually a misconception. Men enjoy going on dates, but we are more selective about who we take on dates than any other generation of men in American dating history. We like to take wives, girlfriends, or people that we're heavily interested in and invested in, and this is actually a source of pride. If you scroll through social media, you're guaranteed to see pictures of people on dates, but they're usually couples. So the real question is, why don't we want to go on dates as a way to get to know somebody? Number 1. Most of us are broke.
I'm broke, nigga. I'm broke. I can't eat. I'm tired of this, man.
The golden age of dating that most people long for is the period between 1950s and the 1970s, when the format of a man planning a date, picking up a girl, and paying for everything was forever etched in the American nostalgia. While most people forget that there was a male shortage thanks to World War II, one of the things that was going well about this period was that the economy was booming. It was also male dominated. According to the Brookings Institute, the average annual income of a male between the 1950s and 1970s increased by 25% every decade. This means that a job was a one-way ticket to stability and the middle class, and all you had to do was go to work. Since then, things have changed. Globalization and industrialization have erased a lot of the industries that once provided men their income. Also, women now dominate most of the postgraduate and service industries that exist today. Again, according to the Brookings Institute, over the past 40 years, the US GDP has more than doubled, but wages for men have decreased by 28%. All this means is that now things are way more expensive, but men are making about the same money as they did in the 1950s and 60s. Basically, everybody except for the most educated and gainfully employed don't have as much money available. And the money that is available doesn't go as far, and it's split between a co-ed workforce. But I can hear you now.
Oh, I would be just fine with the free date. We could go for a walk in the park.
It sounds cute, but it's just not true. Most women still report that they prefer men to pick them up for a paid date and an evening, such as an event or dinner. In fact, some women even report being offended by the thought of a free date. The end result is that a paid date is now a sacrifice and an investment for most men. And all investments have to be judged against their returns. That brings us to point number 2.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I break your concentration? I didn't mean to do that. Please, continue.
Number 2, we don't know you. And dating as a way to get to know somebody is a bad investment and a horrible idea. One of the staples of the 50s and 60s dating scene was the community-based dating model, which means that before somebody was asked out for a date, we already knew them, or we knew somebody that knew them. Before taking them out, we already knew that they were somebody that we wanted to invest in. Today, the inverse is true. Dating is more of a process of getting to know somebody than it is the process of building a relationship with somebody that you already know. Asking somebody that you don't know on a date is a bad investment because in addition to using strained finances, you also put time, money, and nerve endings for a line for an evening that you're probably not going to enjoy. Most first dates don't lead to a second. In fact, the process of getting to know somebody is essentially sorting through the people that you don't like to find the people that you do. This is what makes lasting relationships like friendships, family, and romantic relationships so important, because you found the minority of people that you do enjoy being around out of the majority of people that you don't. Thus, today we prefer to take our time getting to know somebody before we invest. We like doing things like texting, talking on the phone, or meeting up in ways that require low investment.
Let me hear you say, that ain't right. That ain't right. It ain't right.
Agree or disagree, that's kind of how things are now. But it's nothing new. This actually closely resembles the dating model of the 1910s and 20s when men would meet women at their homes to get to know them. Of course, it was supervised by the parents, and that does change things. The only guys that can consistently afford to make these bad investments are the guys with excess money and time. Now you might want to date these guys, but they also have a lot more options. Which brings us to point number 3. Everybody's got more options, guys and girls. Thanks to advances in technology, increase in access and ease of travel, social media, and online dating, it's easier than ever to get to know and connect with more than one people at once. Additionally, it's easier to stay connected to people that you already know. Moving a city or changing a career doesn't mean that you lose connections with the people that you used to know in your previous life. Honestly, if we had no other choice but to go on these bad investment dates, we probably would. But we do have choices. Now we can take our time getting to know new people or reconnecting with people that we already know, and then invest in the relationships that we think will be most profitable. So the question then is, knowing that this is the way things are, how do you get more dates if that's something that you're interested in? To find the answer, you'll have to stay tuned to my next video. Yeah, I just did that. If you like this information, please like and subscribe, or share with a friend that this might be helpful with. Thanks for watching, guys. That's it from me.